We've constructed a society, we've constructed a culture where men are afraid to show their emotions at any level. It's like society wants men to be these robots and to be stoic and to not have emotions, when emotions are the energy that you need to get things done. Emotions are the things that make you human. When you lose a loved one, when you go through a hard time and you figure it out, when you see these people, these certain men that have been through the most horrible things, the most catastrophic things, and they still find a way to survive it. And once they get their awards or something like that, they let the emotions flow because it's been a long journey. How did we get here? And will it ever change? Is this just a human condition? Is this just how society views men? Men are just disposable, we'll replace you, you will make some other males and we'll go on about the world and the world will keep spinning and all this different types of stuff. Why are men afraid to show their emotions? Well, the first one is very obvious. It is viewed as weakness. It's when you go through a specific type of pain, everybody just expects you just to walk it off. Everybody expects you just to get through it. And normally as a man, you get through it. But it's something about a male displaying tears to a crowd of humans that makes people take that as weakness. And guys, I'm not talking about on the extreme levels where every little thing goes wrong in your life and you gotta cry. I'm talking about a legit reason that you're breaking down and crying at a specific moment. Something about a human male displaying water coming from his eyelids makes people want to challenge his authority. Women take it as weakness and they try to take you over, control you once they see this weakness. When you give an individual an inch, they'll take a mile. And this is how these individuals take this crying, this display of emotion. You guys have been through breakups. You guys have gone through certain things, right? You legit feel messed up. You legit feel screwed over. So you break down and cry and try to tell your friends and try to tell your women or, are in a crowd. And the crowd just glazes it over and dismisses your entire emotion. Is there something else going on within the human species that cannot accept a man crying? These are the certain questions that we answer, that we ask ourselves as men when we maneuver through the world, because the world is such a cold and dark place that displaying just an inch of weakness will cause a whole lot of problems in your life. You have men, grown adult men, afraid to cry at Hall of Fame speeches, Ring of Honor speeches, championship speeches. The social pressure that social media has cultivated, that has put in the back of men's head to where they've had a whole year's worth of work a whole career dedicated to a specific sport, a specific business, a specific whatever. And they get up on the podium and they're seriously concerned about not displaying their emotions because they're afraid that an individual would take a snapshot of that person crying, of him crying, would take a video of him crying and make a whole meme out of it. Think about that shit for a second. You have the right, you've grinded years, you've been through injuries, ups and downs within your career. People that have written you off, you've overcome adversity, you've beaten the odds of where you came from, all these different types of things. You have the right to get up there and cry. But that social pressure is so powerful that you have men afraid to cry and display their emotions to a mass scale because they're afraid to be a meme across social media. That humiliation is enough to stop them from feeling authentic emotions. Think about that shit for a second. I was listening to a podcast. If you guys watch Nightcap with Shannon Sharp and Chad Ochocinco, Chad Ochocinco clearly stated out of his mouth, I was trying not to cry. I was compartmentalizing. I was trying to not think about my mom and my auntie not being here. I was trying not to think about how hard it was to come from where I came from because I didn't want to be a meme. I didn't want to display that emotion. He didn't want to display that cheers of joy through the journey. We all see the Michael Jordan meme of him crying. And people make fun of it. He was crying righteous tears. He wasn't crying because he fucking tore something in his fucking knee or leg. He was crying because he overcame the adversity of the NBA, of the crowd, of his own psyche, of him doubting himself. This is why, and I'm going to tell you why, right? You guys have that one grumpy father, that grumpy uncle. He goes to his man cave and he don't want to be bothered by anybody. It's because he knows whatever he does is never good enough. He knows that your mother, he's done a lot of things for your mother that she does not understand. And she still complained. He's grumpy towards you because you're a young person and you're ungrateful. You can't recognize how much he was and how much he dedicated towards your life. That's why he goes to his man cave and he says, to hell with all of you, leave me alone, because he knows humans are full of shit. He knows that whatever he does, it's never enough. Which brings me to my conclusion. Men, and this is the sad reality when it comes to men in this society, when it comes to existing as a man. And if you guys can take this truth pill and swallow it for what it is, you will function better and you'll be better off in the society if you just accept this one thing. Men are only appreciated when they're gone. I had a conversation with my mentor. Rest in peace, his soul. He used to complain a lot about his wife and how his ex-wives would treat him and how his children would treat him. And he would say, man, I pay for this, I do this, I call them on the phone and see how they're doing. You know, if they're in help, I help them out. And they still talk shit about me. They still treat me wrong. Now, when you walk away, when you say to hell with everybody, or you pass away, Lord forbid, now they're like, damn, I see how much Father was. I see how much Father meant. I see how much my uncle did. Because people only appreciate things when it's gone, when they can no longer see it. Unfortunately, with this world that we live in. Guys, the world is cold. A lot of suffering when it comes to being a man in today's world. It's better for you to accept it, put your boots on, put your tundra jacket on, your puffer jacket on, get your medical kit, put it inside your jacket for whenever you get injured, and just embrace the world for being as cold and harsh as it's going to be on you as a man. That's my video. You guys like, comment, subscribe, share the video if you like the video. I appreciate you guys watching to the end. You guys have a good day, good week, and we'll see you in the next one, man. Peace.